important for you to understand what happens after dark.
Lock your door, nail your window shut. You do these things, your family's gonna be safe.
Hey film lovers, today on Real or Cut It, we will be reviewing the new sci-fi horror series on Epix entitled From. It's like a gumbo of series, just all mixed together to make a deliciousness of events for a perfect small town archetype plot show, okay? You know, it's like, it's a mixture of the movie Vivarium.
Yeah. Wait, no, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How have we just...
Want me to drive?
Such a joke.
Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god.
Mixed with a hint of the 1970s miniseries Salem's Lot.
Open the window. Open the window, Mark. Open the window, Mark. Please. Let me in. It's okay, Mark. I'm your friend. He commands it.
A dash of Wayward Pines.
How do I get out of here? You don't.
And a sprinkle, okay? A sprinkle of Lost.
I promise, I'll tell you everything. What do you want? I want to go home.
And I know that sounds crazy, but these writers and directors, they made this work. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. And let me tell you how they made this work. So let me break down the whole synopsis of From. You know, the character, Sheriff Boy, who's played by Harold Perrineau, he stars in this series, and I've been a fan of his since Eyes. But he stars in this series as Sheriff Boyd. And Sheriff Boyd is doing his best to try to keep everyone in this town safe. We also learned that he called him Fish and Loaves. That is like a slight spoiler that I want to give to you guys because I really thought that was dope, which we know Fish and Loaves is in the Bible. It's almost like they were referring to him as the savior. So here's the deal. He's trying his best to try to keep everyone in this town safe from these vampire-like creatures. But these creatures look human when they first approach you. However, the gag of it all is that once you enter this town, you cannot leave. And it's like you enter not even by your will. So the town kidnaps people pretty much. So let's break down the first episode. So in the first episode, the show gives a hook with Sheriff Boyd walking down the street, ringing a bell right before sunset. And the residents are being seen rush home. We see the character Sarah locking up for the evening in the diner, and she's making sure that the talisman is positioned properly on the wall. Then we suddenly hear we got to get out of this place by the animals playing in the background. We cut to a mother and daughter, Megan and Lauren, and they're waiting for the father, Frank, to return home. And Frank is at the little pub and he has drunk himself into a stupor. The scene switches back to her mom and little Megan, and this happens.
Megan, what are you doing?
Maybe I can come in.
The show starts picking up full speed when we see the Matthews family on the screen. Tim, played by Ian Bailey, along with his wife and children, Tabitha, Julie, and Ethan. They're traveling and they have to make this abrupt stop because a tree has fallen in their path. The family gets out of their RV, and overhead we see a murder of crows. They hop back in their ride, and then they find this local town with the sheriff and the townspeople. Tim gets out the car. He asks the sheriff for directions, and the sheriff, of course, gives him bogus directions on how to get out. And the family continues to drive off and loop around to only learn that they are never getting out. Now, From uses a lot of foreshadowing, and I kind of wanted to break down a few things that just kind of stood out to me in the first episode. I would do all of them, but I really don't want to spoil it for anyone, and I pride myself on this not being a spoiler show. So I really I'm just gonna stick to the first episode for you guys real quick, and just kind of like around the hook, you know. So wait, before I do that, let's discuss how Sheriff Boyd lied to Tim and his family about the directions. You know, I would have been very angry had I came up to you, asked you for directions, and you knew that I was just gonna loop around. Do you understand? Listen, what's that thing Tupac used to say? I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Oh man. I would have had to fought that man that day. He would have met Lolo. You understand me? Like, oh my God, I would have been so pissed. Ooh, that was wrong. That was wrong. Now, I'm assuming that he did that because he didn't want to startle the family. But man, you could have told them people. You could have told them people. That was the principle of it all. Even though they couldn't go nowhere, you made them waste their gas. But anyway, now first thing, let's get back to the topic at hand. 96, the number 96 on the sign when Sheriff Boyd walks up to the jail. Those of you that know, the number 9 is the beginning and ending of things in numerology. The number 6 normally represents a relationship and family. I thought it was very interesting that the peace of the town had ended once the family arrived. So that's what I took from the number 96, and I felt like that's why they showed that. The fallen tree. I've seen different theories on this, but for me, metaphysically, you know, the fallen tree represents the foreshadowing of your life being uprooted. And then on top of the tree being in the path of the family, it's like you cannot continue on your same path. You have to turn around and go the other way, because now your path is blocked and your life has now been uprooted. The murder of crows above head. You know, we all know that crows are scavengers and they eat whatever. Initially, I thought the vampire-like creatures were crows, but after episode 10, I left that theory. But the thing about crows, they represent death, right? And death does not always mean a person dying. Death could mean the death of your life as you know it, the death of a situation. So a new beginning, a new path. And that whole scene was foreshadowing a new path of life. You know, your old life is uprooting, and now you are being shoved into a new path. The town. Let's break that down. You have mystical trees, teleportation trees, you have moving trees. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to smoke some trees watching this. I'm just kidding. But the town has these bungalow style homes. There's a gas station, and I'm trying to understand why. That is cruel as hell, okay? Like, why do y'all have a gas station here? You know, that's like putting plastic food in front of a hungry person saying, I know you hungry, so here, look at this. That's just messed up. That's messing with somebody's psyche. Like, I didn't understand that. There's a clinic, a barn with livestock, and we're still trying to figure out where that livestock came from. And of course, we saw that there is a bar that serves moonshine. There's also this infamous box that is in front of the town's jail that goes back to the small town archetype plot where there's a certain level of intolerance. And when there's intolerance there has to be some type of punishment. And if I'm not mistaken, Wayward Pines had like, they would hang the individuals when they would break the rules in the town. If I remember that correctly, don't quote me on that. Anyway, that also, now that we're talking about the jail, that brings me back to how the town is broken up in living quarters. So you have two groups. You have the townspeople, who's governed by Sheriff Boyd, and then you have the colony house, or the quote unquote co-op house, that is governed by Donna, who is one of my favorite characters, by the way. And in that house, Sheriff Boyd's son lives there, Ellis, and his girlfriend, or friends with benefits situation, I don't know, Fatima. You also have the oldest town resident, Victor, who's running around measuring the forest and asking for peaches. All right. And drawing with crayons. Coincidentally, you know, you have a priest, you have a diner and a cook and an EMT. After watching all the stuff that was going on in that colony house, the first thing came to my mind is, where the water coming from? How are these people taking baths? Because that's just nasty. Okay? I just wanted to know how they were bathing. You know, and then the question of electricity came about, and we still don't know. Okay? After the first season, we still don't know. Calm down. Now, From is broken down into 10 episodes, each lasting like 40 minutes long. I want to say the first 5 is kind of like a who, what, where, when, and how. You know, it's layering on the world, describing what the world is for this particular town, how the people got there, who they are, a little bit of their background. I cannot figure out what these creatures are. I do know they have to be invited in. They cannot enter if a talisman is on the door, but they still can enter if you invite them in. They move really, really slow. They look like humans. They smile, you know, I guess because they know, hey, listen. And it's not like vampires where they bite your necks and leave this mark. They're eating out the whole front cavity of the individuals. So I'm like, what are these things? They have telepathy. They know everyone's name. You know, it's just really strange. And I don't know what they are. I'm going to figure it out, though. I'm sure we all will. The talisman. I did see a video of a guy. He mentioned the talisman came from the Norse mythology god Freya, who's over harvest and the weather. I don't know. I also would like to know how the hell those talismans got there in the first place and who made them. You know, would I reel this? I think you know the answer to that. Hell yes. Can we please get a season 2? Matter of fact, Epix, do you need some help marketing? Because I'm not seeing enough people talking about this show. I'm not seeing this show anywhere. Okay? You guys need to do better. So if you need help, I'm gonna email somebody and give y'all my card. Because, oh my God, this show needs to be marketed better. Because it's really good. And everybody needs to watch it. Damn it. Now, before we go, okay, on their Facebook page, I saw a really cool video, and that video is showing us what the outside world is seeing about what's happening with the characters. You know, they're gone missing, guys. They're not even saying that they're dead. So if you have a theory that these people are dead, that theory is incorrect because their Facebook page is showing us that they all are missing. So I will leave you with that video, and until next time, thank you for watching.